I think that Hero is expecting Deer to open Dark Templars. And if Deer is actually going to do that or not, Ben, we will see.
Oh, man, that's a bold prediction. Kevin, our game is live. Let's go ahead and hop into map number 1 between Hero and Deer. All right, Kev, here we go. Spawning down in the bottom left-hand corner of Whirlwind, the red Protoss player, the Korean champion. His name is Deer. But his opponent. In the top right-hand corner of the map, the blue Protoss player from Team Liquid, Hero. Hero doesn't even need his hands to play StarCraft, Kev.
You know, 2-gate openings are very popular on this map as well because you can easily expand behind that. If you want to play very safe, you could even do a 2-gate robo, but then you're kind of putting yourself in an awkward position already if your opponent is going 1-gate Nexus following up with a robo. So I don't think we're going to see someone open that safe, but we will see. I am very excited. I think like Stargates are good on this map, but yeah, DTs are always a big threat. So, I don't know, so many possibilities, man. It's a little bit of a guessing game in a certain phase of the game. You can either play safe, but if you play very safe, then you're not going to get ahead against anything. You take a risk.
I'm a little surprised at your DT prediction. Where does that come from? Give us some backstory.
Because I think that the Dark Templar opening on this map is very strong because it's such a wide open map. It's very easy to hide pylons. You will always be able to get DTs on the other side of the map, which forces your opponent to play defensively, and you can easily expand off DTs as well. And hey, if you're lucky, you might be able to kill 5, 6, 7 probes.
If you're real lucky, you might just win the game.
Yes, that doesn't really happen anymore these days though. That happened in the old days, but everyone is so aware of DTs. Even when you don't scout it, you often know whenever you're facing DTs or not, that the straight up victories with Dark Templars don't really happen. You know, unless the opponent made a clear mistake.
Not at this level.
No, but if a DT forces like a couple of defensive warpins, or whether it's 2 sentries or forces probes to run away for 5 seconds and you kill a few, your opening already paid for itself because you get so much map presence, you know exactly what is going on.
This is something we've discussed a lot. In the current metagame, Protoss players have really figured out how to open DTs without putting themselves in awkward positions. And that's even more true of PvP than it is of the other matchups.
Especially in PvP. Hero's opening up with double gate, probably going to expand from behind this. Maybe, oh, he's opening up with a sentry. That surprised me a little bit. I thought maybe with 3 Stalkers, just run across the map, see if he could identify whatever Deer was doing. But he's opening up with a sentry, which surprised me because it's a double gate opening. Normally if you go sentries, then it's a single gate into expand. Should be good enough, but...
Hero's going to go ahead and send that first probe out on the map. He'll be the first player to do any real scouting. Mothership Core is already out for Deer. And I suspect we'll probably see it crossing the map too. As Deer is completely in the dark right now.
Yeah, Deer is just going to go 1 gate fast expand. But it's strong on this map. The only true weakness of this build, in my opinion, is a 1 gate Stargate where they open up with a bunch of Phoenixes. I think that's almost a default win, but yeah, once more opening up with the Stargate can be a little risky. So, fortunately for Deer, he doesn't have to worry about that.
Deer's going to go Stargate, so he'll be getting his own.
Wow, this is kind of risky though. Because Deer hasn't scouted at all. He's going 1 gate, fast expand, and now he's following this up with a Stargate.
Off of just 2 sentries, which means he would never really lose his main base, but it could be possible for Hero to pressure that natural, cancel the Nexus, or at least force a big investment in defense.
Once Hero makes his Nexus, most likely he's going to follow this up with a Robo, and if that is the case, then Hero is just kind of going to hate himself, and he realizes that he's going to have to deal with Phoenixes. That's just like, come on, I can never draw the right straw in PvP. But we will see if he does that.
He's got that 2 gateway opening. He's about to have, I think, 4 stock. No, he's building sentries, you're right, and he's going to drop the Robo, so this is already a build order disadvantage for the Liquid Protoss.
It's not as bad as if this would be on the 1 base, like, oh, it's an Oracle opening over here for Deer as well. That is pretty interesting. Like, if this is 1 base, then I think Stargates are even better. With the 2 base economy, it's going to be a little easier for Hero to put Stalkers in both mineral lines and make it a little harder for Stargate units to be very effective. But regardless, I kind of like how this is playing out for Deer up to this point, and Deer is going to be very pleasant when he identifies what he's playing against. Wow, the Void Ray follow-up I find even more amazing.
Yeah, what in the world?
Pretty strange opening. not bad. For
Is
something,
it
but
wrong to say it feels like he has to do something with this? I mean,
I think the Void Ray is more a safety Void Ray because he has seen so little that he is just like, if I make Phoenixes now, Hero's dropping a Twilight, so I guess his hallucinated Phoenix scouted the Stargate, and that is indeed the case. So he's dropping Stargate immediately. That's kind of interesting.
Oracle will cross the map. It's going to run right past Hero's Mothership Core, which should allow him to get some units in position to respond to it. We do see them moving on the minimap already. Oh, a couple of shots going down. That Oracle will lose all of its shields, but that is all. And oh no, it finds an unprotected mineral line.
Maybe a Photon Overcharge could get casted. I think with Photon Overcharge, this Oracle might go down.
One more shot. Yes, it does.
That was definitely worth it, because that's a very nice pickoff. Because Hero would know if that Oracle survives, he's going to have to worry about that Oracle throughout the entire game. He will always be forced to leave at least one stalker behind, maybe two.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, we see the Robo in production for Deer, so the knee-jerk reaction is to say that this will never work. But that's not necessarily true.
No, I totally agree. He might just try to make something happen with the Dark Templars. The moment he sees that he cannot really do too much damage with them, he might morph them into 1 or 2 Archons, as Archons can be extremely good against Void Rays to A, soak up a lot of damage, and B, deal a lot of damage. This is a really interesting PvP. Both build orders are, you know, quite something, and not what we see all the time. But with those additional gates going down, I think Hero is looking to definitely be pretty damn aggressive.
And Deer's even producing an Immortal before he makes an Observer. So this is, there's a forward pylon. No, that's for third base, right? Okay. So now we see kind of what's developing. Hero's got a good feel for what his opponent's up to. He's got an excellent observer position right at the base of that natural ramp. He sees this movement. He sees the whole army of Deer, and he's probably thinking, man, that's not much.
No, but Void Rays and Immortals are very hard to jump into with Blink Stalkers. Certainly with a Photon Overcharge as well. There we can see the first Photon Overcharge being casted. I wonder what Deer has seen. Okay, he knows about most of the gates, so I do think that's why he's probably producing those Immortals. He's kind of worried. Dark Templars could definitely catch him off surprise, but he's making another Oracle as well. Interesting.
Does he not have a single Observer?
Nope, he doesn't have a single bit of detection, but the Oracle will grant him some detection.
This could still be a very dangerous moment for Deer. The Oracle can't be in 2 places at once, and if a DT gets into the main and a DT gets into the natural...
I think the DT is going to sneak into the natural, pick off 4, 5, 6 probes, and that will be it. But that's still pretty good.
Yep. He is going to come out. Now he will reveal himself. Deer's definitely going to take some damage. 3 probe kills immediately. A 4th will fall. So not bad. And Hero doesn't even want to risk it. He's going to pull... Oh, he's going to pull back.
Dark Templar sneaked through the force field.
That poor Observer got blasted by 2 Void Rays. But the Dark Templar gets away. And now this is going to make Deer a little bit paranoid, I guess.
Hero's researching Storm as well.
That's not common.
Hero's getting all the tech. Oh, 4-stalker, Blink Stalker, hit squad in the main base. This is brilliant. I love it. So smart.
Yep, these 4 Stalkers killing a lot of probes. This Immortal all by himself. The Stalkers will blink right over these gateway units. Oh, Sentry is going to go down. Well done, Hero. These Stalkers might be doomed to live a short life, but not before they see a lot and do some good damage. Hero's killed a grand total of 16 probes this game, guys.
Yeah, this was fantastic by Hero. This is absolutely paid for itself. On the other side of the map, we had the Oracle flying into the main. Picked off quite a few probes as well, I think. So maybe 6, 7. So that was kind of an even trade, but still, those Stalkers are very expendable in this phase of the game. So I love that Hero just sacrificed them.
Look at the income tab. It's 38 probes to 51. Hero is very ahead economically, and he's taken a 3rd base. The only thing that worries me is this army from Deer is kind of hard to contend with. I don't know that Hero can actually challenge it.
But by the time that it crosses the map, I think Hero should be okay. He has 2 Immortals. He's probably going to make a few more in the near future. The Storm choice is still very surprising to me in this phase of the game.
I mean, it's always going to tickle those units, I guess. But Storm just does not do the kind of damage against Protoss units that it does against Zerg units, quite frankly.
Charge being researched as well, that's a very common upgrade. Certainly once you kind of, or when you want to kind of avoid the Colossus yourself, which is what Hero is doing. He's getting, oh no, Deer is getting the Warp Prism. Deer is kind of in a difficult position as well, because he knows he has this kind of powerful army, but it's not powerful enough to actually march across the map and straight off finish off Hero. And Hero is just taking map control. He has a lot of map presence. He knows what is going on. And this is a little bit, I think, of fake pressure. Not a Dark Templar being more warped in somewhere on the map. Over here.
I wish I could morph DTs.
That would be quite something. No?
That DT is going to head to, I guess, the natural. If he does that, he's going to die to a cannon. So no, in fact, he's going to walk up to this third base. I don't think he could possibly deny this Nexus, though.
No, that shouldn't be enough DPS, and I think that Deer can always run that. But still, it's going to...
As this, oh my God, the whole army's going to turn around and come back. So Deer is definitely reacting strongly to this. DT will do some damage to this Nexus, but as we can see, the army of Deer managing to get back in plenty of time. We'll save this third expansion. Oh, this poor Dark Templar. Mistakes were made! As he does go down.
Deer with the Prism. Deer is very good with Warp Prisms in PvP. He loves to use it as well. But we shouldn't forget that Hero still has Blink Stalker, so this shouldn't be the end of the world. It's going to get a little dicey. He might lose a few works here and there, but he already has Blink Stalkers. He can still warp in a few if he really wants to.
Well, Hero has actually caught this army out on the map.
Feedback
in
maybe.
The open.
Ooh, if he would have been able to land a feedback on that Mothership Core, that would have been disastrous for Deer. But fortunately for Deer, he's able to recall out just in time.
Hero's army has gotten strong, Kev. A lot of Immortals in it, but uh-oh, there's nothing back at home to protect against this Zealot warp in. Whoa, and it's a huge Zealot warp in. 6 Zealots, 4, I don't know how many.
A couple of them are from Hero as well.
Okay.
Hero could have warped in a couple of DTs, uses recall.
Because he hates warp prisms, Kev. And he will clean this up. And I think ultimately that was minimal losses. Warp Prism gets shut down, means he doesn't have to deal with it anymore.
But what Deer is doing is buying time for himself, and considering the fact he is the
Mothership
Colossus player, you would say normally...
oh, I wish I had the speed upgrade. As this Mothership Core tries to get away from the Void Rays, it will get away from the Void Rays.
Hero's going to try to do Storm Drops in PvP, that's sexy. Now normally... well, it is, come on. We all know it is.
It's not as sexy as an Entomb Storm Drop, though.
No, only sick nerd ballers do that.
All right, Void Rays are in position to intercept this Warp Prism, and Hero...
That would be a pretty expensive loss.
Oh my goodness, 11 hit points on that Warp Prism. Meanwhile, Deer is trying to push up into the third expansion of Hero. He's given up on Storm.
Deer has to be so careful though, because he's like dancing around with this army where I feel he doesn't really want to fight with. This kind of fake aggression, even though it's a scary army, but I don't think this is a phase in the game where he really wants to be committing to an attack. He's getting a Warping Pylon as well. But Hero's transitioning into Tempest.
Look at the jukes on this Warp Prism. It just went between the two Void Rays and is now behind enemy lines. Deer's got to deal with this, otherwise he's going to have a very, I don't know, rainy day. Here comes Deer pushing up into the third base.
Oh, he's using Time Warp, so that means no Photon Overcharge, but every second that goes by is a very good one for Hero. Like, Deer left quite a few units at home, which is why I have the feeling he doesn't really want to fight. Maybe a Storm or feedback? Ooh, expensive loss there.
Meanwhile, forcing a warp in the natural expansion. Hero's going to try to get the Storm Drop off this fight. And there's one, but there's the Storm Drop all over the probe line.
They're massive.
And every probe goes down. Hero. Oh my God.
And he's buying time ban for the Tempest, and that is all that Hero needs. Deer's army is intimidating, and he's been doing quite a bit of damage. Hero should really start using DTs defensively to deal with his drops. But other than that, Hero's doing exactly what he needs. If the Tempest count goes up to 4, even though he's not making any right now, it's going to be very hard for these Colossus to be worth their money. And otherwise, like, Hero is looking pretty good. He has more Immortals, he has a bunch of charge lots. This is still a scary army.
That was actually a critical Storm Drop, Kev. The worker count is now even after that, so it was a big deal that Hero was able to get those storms off and equalize the economies.
Yeah, because those Warp Prism harassed did quite a bit of damage as well. Deer's army is scary though.
Oh, Time Warp might force an engagement. Hero wants to back off. He's going to take a ton of damage, losing some Archons. Tempest on the high ground are not able really to engage. Mothership Core will go down. Finally, Hero turns around. The Tempest under fire from the Void Ray, trying to take out as many Colossi as possible. This is a great fight for Deer. Hero's Immortals aren't even in the action. Deer's going to push forward with more Immortals. Colossi still alive. The Tempest are going to fall. Oh my God, did Deer just win?
I think Deer just had a little too much, a few too many Archons, a lot of Zealots, and a great early engagement with that Time Warp. Put him in a great position, and this has been a bizarre PvP almost from start to finish, but excellent game sense by Deer.
Yeah, Hero with his backup against it. He's down to just 65 supply. Deer still up over 120. The third base is going to go down, and there it is. Good game.
This has been such a remarkable PvP, in my opinion, from start to finish.
Yeah, really, there were so many great moments between Deer's successful Warp Prism harass, Hero's eventually successful High Templar Storm Drop, and then just the game sense that you pointed out. to take the fight that Deer took when he took it was what ultimately was able to win him that game.
Yeah, because normally if you're the Colossus player, you're like, all right, if I get my Colossus count up from 4 to 6, I'm going to crush that Immortal Archon army. Hero was already prepared